Welcome, friends, far and wide across the expanse of the earth. My name is MissClick. This is Chat, and today we are here with part 10 of our playthrough of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. Very excited to continue on from here, because stuff is about to start going down. If you gotta avoid spoilers, goodbye, friends. I will see you later. But if you're here for the story, we have officially got the third flame. We have gotten the sword to its next potential, I should say, and we're gonna work on continuing on from there. We're heading back to the sealed temple. We're gonna see if we can open the second gate of time and see if our backup plan is gonna work properly, but something tells me it's not necessarily gonna go all as planned or as expected. But hopefully we'll get to reunite with Zelda and Impa and happily ever after, right? Is that how it goes? Is that ever how it goes? Silly naive humans, we're so funny. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? Yeah? Okay. Ow! Right into a trash can. Also, have you noticed there's like no music in this area? Like, I think there's very few areas in this world that don't have like overworld music of some sort playing. It's like a level of peace between Foron Woods and the sealed temple or the sealed grounds. But anyways, if you guys gotta go to avoid spoilers, hey, I get it. I will see you guys later. Bye, Bumble. Bye, Squackin'. Oh, let me go ahead and do this before I forget. Pause. Mute. Sound files. Off. Because Lord knows, if one of you uses FBI in the middle of a cutscene, oh my god, I don't know what I'd do. Can I not break it? It has to go against the wall, doesn't it? No. Okay. You like to hear the nature sounds? Me too. Me too. I really do like it as well. Okay. What does he have to say now? Oh, hey, buddy, you probably want to know I've seen blessed butterflies flapping around here lately, too, but I have absolutely no musical ability whatsoever. I could not create beautiful tones to save my life. That's fine. Can I do one like a rupee? Will it give me money? Ooh. I think my heart stopped. This is it. It's the discovery of a lifetime. Oh. There's no mistaking in this symbol here, Mrs. Margaret, the goddess walls. Live for the hero by the goddess. Yes. Yes, it is. He's figured it out, boys. What'd I say? Oh. Yeah, you can't. The sound effects are turned off. Let's see if I can make it into a rupee. So it's like, That's not bad, right? It's a lump. Oh. Okay. I should have just... I don't know what I could have done. Oh, man. Oh, man. That sucks. I tried. Granny! Well, hey, Groose. What's up, dude? Haven't seen you in a while. Yo, Link. Saw the rail track I put up outside, hey? What's it for? Duh. Oh, you want to see long before? Oh, you won't see before long? What's out here? What's out here? Should I have teleported the other way? Boom, boom. Oh, fancy. Groose, you built this? Look what Groose built. He built a track around the entire thing. Groose! Look at this man out here doing things. Building stuff. Look at this, dude. Look at this. How cool. Good for you, Groose. See, chat, he was really depressed and really sad, and he found something to keep himself occupied. He built a railroad. You can do a rupee. I guess the goddess just doesn't like your drawing. It's fine, I guess. Your sword. There can be no doubt. The sacred flames have purified this blade. Well done, Link. That sword holds tremendous power. That power is a sacred force. It is a divine power left to us by the gods of old. The same power that is spoken of the ballad of the goddess. The same power that is spoken in the ballad of the goddess. To look upon you is to see that same great power now flowing through you and the sword that you carry. She's so nice. She has so much faith in us. Come, Link. You must now open the gate of time. Now that the sacred force dwells within your blade, strike the gate of time with the Skyward strike and it will surely awaken. Climb up on the pedestal, show the gate your sword's power. You guys ready? Hold on, I want a picture of this. I've always loved the architecture of the Gate of Time. I love this. Hey, me and the Gate of Time hanging out. 2021. Who would have thought we'd been here? Not me. Also, if you notice, this is the first time you see the Triforce. Whoa! No, I fear the seal is given away once again. This terrible beast is awakening even as we speak. It is likely that the monster reacts to the sacred power given off by your sword. I wish it had not happened, but there is no other way to open the gates, so it goes. Link, you must imprison the beast once again. All right, bring it on! This is what I've been waiting for. It's time to break out my new toy. Trust me, that flabby bag of teeth doesn't stand a chance. Well, what are we waiting for? I'm heading out there. Grace is so excited, dude. Oh boy, guys, here we go. This used to terrify me. Hey, Link. Look at him. Try not to drool on your shirt as you stare at this amazing super weapon I've been working on. I call it the Groosinator. Leaves you speechless, doesn't it? That's only natural. You wouldn't want to believe how much time I put into building this beauty. Here, check it out. First, I got all the fences clearing the area out of the way, then I laid down rails for her to run on, all by myself, of course. I don't know what came over me. I had no clue I had the talent to make something like this, you know? Anyhow, you just tell me where you want me to place my shots, and I'll put a hurting on that ugly monster. I don't care how beefy you are. You're bound to stumble for a few moments after taking one of my big bombs to the body. Hang on, though. That monster showed up a smidge sooner than I was expecting. There are a few final adjustments I gotta make before she can move on the rails I've put down. I'll call out to you when she's ready for action. Until then, do whatever you can to hold off that beast. Oh boy! Here we go! Whee! Let's start from over here. God, I hate the sound that comes out from this pedestal. It's so cursed, dude. I hate it. Oh, I hate it. He's back. He's got hands. No. He's getting more powerful, you guys. He's freaking got fingies. No, no, thank you. Look at that. Seems like our ugly friend grew itself a pair of hands. Great timing. I hope it knows how to catch because my machine has a mean right arm. When she's all loaded up, I'll let you know. Until then, do what you need to do to stop it. I think the second time works. I can still do this, right? Hey, Link, the machine's all loaded and ready to smash. If that flabby sack of teeth tries to climb the wall, I can blast it off here with a bomb. When you want some backup from me, just send a signal with X. All right, it's time for Groose exploding in action. Adjust the machine's position and aim your target. Once you finish, launch a bomb. If you forget the controls, I'll tell you basically again. That's right on him, right? Get down from there. It's like me when Tack's trying to climb my furniture. Ha! She packs a mean punch, doesn't she? I tell you, I was in love the first time I pulled this lever. I'll start loading her back up with another bomb, so keep beating on Big Ugly till I give you the signal. Oh boy. He used sailcloth. Smart boy. He's upsetty.
Hey!
Get down. He's not really climbing, but you know. Just so he walks slower. Oh god. I never noticed how the thing stopped going. Oh god, he threw me off. Oh no, he's getting too fast. He's getting stronger. I'm coming, Groose. There we go. So creepy, dude. I don't like him. I don't like him. Get down from there. Let go. Let go, fricker. I'll hit your hands. I'm not even scared about it. Not even worried about it. Oh no. Hey, look at him! Look at him! If that doesn't gross you out, I don't know what will. Is he still going? Oh god, he's still going. He's still going. He's still going. Oh god. Oh god. I shouldn't have jumped yet. Shouldn't have jumped, Kenna. Yeah. No, no, no. Oh, he's knocking me off already. Okay, this is fine. We're gonna have to hit his feet. All right, Groosey. Stun him for me, bud. Knocked off some toes. I like how Groose's theme gets added into the battle theme. Ah. Ah. Running around him is kind of a nightmare here. I'm gonna have to ask you to go back where you came from, or so help me. He's so upset, dude. Like, just... yeah, do that. You just want to come out and play? Yeah, totally. I love that. Now, Link. I'm using Groose's voice. Now, Link. Strike the sealing spike with a Skyward strike and restore the seal quickly. Made her sound like Groose. Now, Link. I always thought that was so cool. Get in the ground.
Hey!
Nice work there, Link. Of course, you couldn't have done it without me, but no need to thank Groose. I know I saved your tail. Now let's get that gate of time thing up and running. I'll go on ahead. Are you drinking the red cup? Chai tea! Have you also noticed, for those of you who haven't played this game before yet, have you noticed that the story that you see at the beginning of the game, the prologue, it's written on the walls? Like there is obviously the malice, the creature and everything. It's all on the walls. Let's see if there's anything up here really quick. Cave paintings. Yeah, I guess you could call it that. Oh. Anything here? That's just a heart piece? Seriously? Oh, I guess this is just to help you with the imprisoned. Oh, okay. Was that something I can bomb? Is that a surface I can bomb? No. Of course I'm on the opposite side. Let's just walk around. Should you focus stabbing on his toes? I mean, you're focusing on the right target, but yeah, the story, the history of the place, the history of the the history of the Royal Hyrule family is also the history of Calamity Ganon, the primal evil that has endured over the ages. It seems you were successful in imprisoning the monster again. You have my thanks, Link. As do you, Groose. I do not wish to dwell on what may have happened if you two hadn't been here. You give me too much credit, Granny. You are the one who got me to stop feeling sorry for myself and put my energy into doing what I could do to help. I did what was necessary to get you to realize your full potential. Link, you must wonder just what it is you've been fighting out there in the Great Pit. There is much I could tell you, but suffice to say it is the root of the evil we face. When you pass through the Gate of Time, you shall learn more. We may seal it and reseal it into its prison 1,000 times, but it will always shatter the bonds that confine it, such as is its awesome power. We must destroy it at its source or suffer this fate again and again. There's no time to lose. Hit the gate with the Skyward strike. Come on already, charge that sword of yours and with that Sacred Force stuff Granny was talking about and zap the Gate of Time. Right, Granny? Indeed. Now, Link, go to the gate. We got this. This is... Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, before we proceed, I know some of you are like, stop talking. Listen. This is perhaps one of my favorite cutscenes out of almost any Zelda game, is the construction of the Gate of Time. It is legitimately one of the coolest feelings I think I've ever felt in this instance right here. And not only that, obviously there's another scene that's also really good after that too, but this scene in particular is just incredible, and I love this scene so much. And if you have yet to experience it yet, allow me to introduce you to the Gate of Time. you can see the technology and the magic all at once happening. It is just the coolest thing. Here's the sound. Oh my lord. Such a good scene. Do not fear it. This is what we have waited for. At long last, the gate has finally been reactivated. Standing before you is a path that transcends the flow of time. It is a portal to the past, to the very place where Zelda now waits. Go bravely, Link. If everything is as I suspect, the reunion with Zelda you fought so hard for lies beyond this gate. I remember this line so well. Nah, don't worry about me. I'm gonna hang back here, Link. Ugh. That stupid monster doesn't know when to quit, and Granny here keeps yapping on and on about we never know when it might bust free again. Someone's gotta stick around and guard the place. Might as well be me. Oh, I love him. Besides, if I'm not here, who's gonna look out for the old girl? And you know what? Nah, forget about it. Ah! When you see Zelda, tell her I said, what's up? And you're like, man, do I like Groose now? Do I love Groose? Got this Linky. God, I love that scene so much. We're here. We're here. Oh no. Oh, feels. I was not ready for this when I first played through this game. I played with my sisters, and it was a lot. It was a lot. It was so surreal feeling. All of this, the time travel and everything. Hey! At last, I've been expecting you, Link. You are doubtless overwhelmed, so I will explain things as simply as I can. This is the Temple of Hylia, though it will come to be known as the Sealed Temple sometime in the future. You stand in the past, ages before your own time. Here, the goddess Hylia has only just sealed away demise. And little time has passed since the goddess set the outcropping of rock into the sky that would one day become Skyloft. It is true to its name. You have passed through the gate of time to an era in the distant past. You will have many questions, but for now, you must proceed back through the great doors behind you. It is there that the person you've risked life and blood to defend waits for you. Oh. Ah! Hold on, I wish there was a photo mode. Like, I never realized how much I love photo modes until, yeah, flat out. Can we just time out Cuckoo? Can we just time out Cuckoo, please? Just time him out. If we could. Mods, that'd be great. Thank you. Just being a party pooper. Baby. You've come so far, Link. I'm glad you've made it. I imagine Impa filled you in on everything. We've traveled very far from home, to the distant past. In this era, the wounds inflicted on the lands during the battle between the goddess and the Demon King, known as Demise, have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about that war we heard about growing up in Skyloft, incredible as it may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time you learn the whole story. Let me try to explain. The old gods created a supreme power that gave anyone who possessed it the ability to shape reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his own, Demise readied a massive army of monsters for war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. The goddess feared for her people. She used her power to send both them and the Triforce into the sky on a slice of earth she cut away from the land. This floating rock became the new home of our people. In time, it came to be known as Skyloft. After a long and fierce battle, the goddess Hylia succeeded in sealing away Demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear that the seal would not hold long against this fearsome power. Hylia had suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there would be no stopping him. And if the Demon King were to free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all beings of this land. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hylia devised two separate plans and set them both into motion. He's like, tell me more. I think I know. First, she created Phi. She made the spirit that resides in your sword to serve a single purpose, to assist her chosen hero on his mission. Her second plan was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul to the body of a mortal. She made this sacrifice, as you likely guessed, so that the supreme power created by the old gods could one day be used. For while the supreme power of the Triforce was created by gods, all of its power can never be wielded by one. Knowing this power was her last and only hope, the goddess gave up her divine powers in her immortal form. You've probably figured it out by now, haven't you, Link? You are the chosen hero, and I, Zelda, I am the goddess reborn as a mortal. The day of the ceremony, Girahim's tornado tossed me out of the sky and down to the world below. I was nearly captured by the demonic forces, but I was rescued at the last moment by the old woman who lives in the sealed grounds. I had no memory at all of my existence as Hylia, but she explained it to me. She helped me to remember who I was and what I had to do. I set out to pray at the goddess statues located in each temple across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me. After I visited them all, Impa, an agent of the goddess, she led me here, to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort to prevent the revival of Demise. Stripped of his true physical form by the seal that binds him, he takes the shape of an abomination. But even in his hideous state, he's more than capable of devouring this land if we allow him to do what he desires. We must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisons him at any cost. That is why I intend to remain here in this time and place, to sustain the seal as best as I can. Oh, this starts making me feel things. I don't like it. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from fully reviving himself in our own time. I must maintain the seal that that I created so long ago, and keep it strong for as long as I am able. With the memories of my former life returning to me, I can see now that this is my purpose. Link, the goddess created Phi and the great blade she's part of for very specific reasons. For the task of standing against demise in the monstrous form he now assumes rests solely on your shoulders. Back in our own time, you've already driven him back into his prison twice now. I can't thank you enough for that, Link. During your long journey, you've grown so much. You learned wisdom from solving devious puzzles and traps. You gained power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. And by overcoming the trials set before you by the goddess, you found true courage. Now that those qualities reside in you, you are worthy of wielding the power the old gods left behind for our kind. You can claim the Triforce. Oh, it's real this time. Valiant hero, you have endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to reach this place. Along your travels, you have found wisdom, power, and courage, and for this, I shall bless your sword with the goddess's power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatens this land. The mark you see upon the back of your hand is proof that you are the hero of legend, and that within you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand now, Link. Draw your sword. God, I can't believe we're playing this in 2021, baby. Let's freaking go! Goddess has blessed your blade, and the Master Sword has at last achieved its ultimate form. The sword is now imbued with the mystical power to drive back demons, and only Link may wield it. Link, before I say another word, I feel like I owe you an apology. You see, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in this world. If you can obtain the actual Triforce, we will have the power to vanquish demise once and for all. The problem is, among the countless souls in this world, only a select few, those with an unbreakable spirit, can wield its might. It's impossible to know the true reason why the old gods created the Triforce, but I have a theory of my own. The gods created the Triforce, yet they specifically designed it so that their own kind could never use its power. Somehow, I think that may have been their way of giving hope to all the mortal beings of this land. Which brings us back to you. To face demise and give the land hope, the goddess Hylia needed someone with an unbreakable spirit. That someone is you, Link. But spirit alone wasn't enough. You had to overcome many trials and awaken the hero within yourself so that you could wield that supreme power. And so Hylia, and so I knew that if it meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger. Oh. I love this part. Oh. It's so sweet. Without even a moment's doubt, I used you. I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you into all of this, Link. But you have to understand this is a war, and the fate of the land hangs in the balance. I need your strength to tip the scales in our favor. All that may be well-intentioned and true, but it doesn't mean it's right. And it doesn't excuse my actions. But I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in this time, deep in sleep for thousands of years. Link, I can't say it enough. I'm so sorry for the way I had to involve you in this. And until my memory of things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry such a heavy destiny. Before all this, I was happy just spending my days hanging around with you in Skyloft. I wanted that feeling to last forever. While it's true that I am Hylia reborn, I'm still my father's daughter and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. When Demise is finally gone, there will be no more need for the seal that binds him, and then I'll be able to wake up. So I'm going to ask you a favor, sleepyhead. Ever since we were kids, I'd always be the one to wake you up when you slept in. But this time, when all of this is over, will you come to wake me up? We're gonna promise, because that's what we do. This scene. Oh, baby. Poor Impa, she knew this whole time. She's like, I'm gonna give them privacy. I'm gonna give them their space. Oh. He's like, thank you. I legitimately don't think I will never not cry at that scene. Ever. I will never not cry. Ever. God, and I was like 15 or 16, I think, when I first played through with this game. So it's like I played it, and my younger sister, I think Boo, was with me at the time, and I remember I was reading it out loud, and we had to like stop. It's just so beautiful, dude. This game's so good. It's so precious. I see you said goodbye. Now you must keep the promise you made to her. You must find the Triforce. Return to your time. There is work to be done there. Do not fear for Zelda. I will watch over her here. Go now and fulfill your destiny. And like Impa, dude. Impa freaking goated. Impa's freaking amazing. Bless her. Sorry, I'm breaking these pots. They'll be back in the future. I know, I've been there. Ugh. If you're just tuning in to stream, I know there's a raid and everything. If you're confused as to what's going on, Skyward Sword is my absolute favorite Zelda. I love it to death. And I've been holding off on playing it for almost a decade until an HD version came out, holding out on faith that it would be here, and it is here. So the scene is still very... It's not overplayed for me, if that makes sense. It's still very... It's a very intimate scene. I always wonder what the outside Earth looked like. I imagined that if you walked outside the temple and you were able to, it was just absolute ash and char. So you've returned. Then you know everything. On the other side of that gate, Zelda waits, suspended in a sleep without end, but do not despair, for she is still alive and well. True to legend, the Triforce is the one thing with the power to vanquish demise, and is thought to have been hidden within Skyloft by the goddesses. Sadly, that is all we know of where it rests. All other clues to its whereabouts have been lost to the ages. Link, you have likely come to the same conclusion, but I will spell it out just the same. The key to finding the Triforce must be in Skyloft. Go now, Link. Find the Triforce. Whoa there, Granny. Whoa, hold up. I added extra words. Link, there's something I gotta tell you. So, Zelda, how's she holding up? Was she okay when you saw her? Actually, she's great. Actually, that's terrible. It's gotta be so hard for the poor girl. We're gonna do something about this mess, right? Link, I've made up my mind. I'm not going back. I'm staying right here with Granny. Oh, don't look so bummed out. Do I look sad? Nah, I'm doing what I want to do. I don't know how to explain it. I got this feeling in my belly that there's work to do here. Someone's got to watch the big, ugly monster, and somebody's got to make sure Granny's doing all right. I ain't as action-packed as what you're doing, but maybe that's my destiny. Know what I mean? Besides, it's not so bad here. Living up in the sky was okay, I guess, but don't you just love the way it smells down here? What? That's not weird to say. I like the smell of the rain, too. Groose. Check it out. Zelda and Granny have brought life back to the land here. I bet even the weakest sapling could grow into one of the beasts of a tree in soil like this. It'd brighten this place up a little, too. I mean, sure, it'd take a few years for it to grow, but as far as I'm concerned, I got nothing but time. It's weird to say out loud, but it's just how I feel right now. So, yeah, you know, when you get back to Skyloft, do me a favor and let people know I'm doing okay down here. Colin and Stritch might get a little emotional since they look up to me, but tell them I'm happy, okay? Thanks, Link. Ah! Groose! Stop it! Groose is becoming a sweet bean, too! What is this game doing? I just have, like... I need a tissue. I have snot. You in here? No, I need a tissue. I need a hanky. I'm okay, really. Look at Link. Oh, man. All right. We're good. We're good. Is there a way to get rid of the CC? Yeah, if you're watching and you have CC, you can just click on the screen and there's a button to turn it off. Scene hit me hard. I was 16 when I first played this game. Just picked up the HD version, loving every second of it. Same with me, Oscar. I was 15, 16 when I first played through it. It hit me pretty freaking hard, too. All right. Back we go. It's one of the parts I choked up I was talking about. Yeah. Yeah. It's a beautiful scene. I'm not judging anybody, but, like, if you don't get somewhat emotional, or at least even be like, "Aw," at that scene, I don't know. I don't know, like, what will get you. You know what I mean? Because, like, I baby sobbed the first time I played this game. And you see, I still cannot control myself in tearing up. Oh, you piece of little birdie. Poopy doody. Let's go behind the temple, actually. I wasn't gonna buy this because I didn't want to pay full price for an old game, but I have to. I really didn't know what I was missing. Oh, you're gonna make me cry just saying that. I think it's really cool to share this experience with people who just want to watch and haven't bought the game for themselves. But in all honesty, this game is... It just feels so personal, you know, like when you play through it. First time I've ever seen that cutscene and you made me freaking bawl. How dare you? Locke, I'm sorry. Did I spoil it for you? So all green rupees? You broke thieves? Imagine being a thief and being broke. Couldn't be me. Did I get both of them? Did I kill one? Don't tell me I killed one. Did I get both of them? Definitely got to purchase this. I literally, I don't try to like make a big deal out of nothing. Like, I love this game. It is just Sleepyhead. Yes. Sleepyhead has had such a personal meaning to me since I've played this game. Like, Sleepyhead is almost like it's a term of endearment to me now. You know what I mean? I don't just like say it to anyone kind of thing. What's wrong with you, human? Aw. The game is still mentally taxing on more playthroughs. We can technically... Can we technically get the Hylian shield now? We can, right? I played the Wii version like 3 times. I think I played through twice. I played normal and then hero mode. After that, I was like, I like to experience things the first, and then if there's another difficulty, like hero mode or something, I'll play it. But I don't like playing it through over and over and over again. I usually remember things pretty well. First Zelda game, Ocarina of Time. Do we want to try to go for the Hylian shield? I kind of want to try. But seriously, if you're coming in from Beat 'em Ups raid, welcome in, guys. I'm a big fan of Wood. He's a sweet bean as well. He's a good friend. I'm honored to know him, but it's happy that he felt okay to pass the love on. Over this way. You guys literally walked in at the best moment to see how much I love this game. Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, heavy hitters. I think Ocarina of Time really laid that foundation, though. You know what I mean? Majora's Mask is good too. I think Majora's Mask's story strength is really in the middle parts of the game. You know, Majora's Mask, it's like the ending's good and all, but like the real story is the characters and their sadness that you first experience with them. You know what I mean? You're making a loft-wing noise every time you hear it. Oh dear God. It has glaring flaws. Majora's Mask has the best. I would say Majora's Mask does have some of the best side quests for sure. For sure. This is the gorge, right? So I'm trying to think. Is it back? I don't remember how to get to the gorge. Is it over here? No, is it here? It's here. Right? Or am I going crazy? Do you think Breath of the Wild 2 will do more voice acting? Yes. Where the Goron was mining? Oh, is it? I thought I could go this way. Can I not? Oh no, there's a chest here though. I couldn't reach before. How do I get up there though is the question. Oh no, Linky! Ah, I should have caught that. This is a heart piece. I don't remember what this is. Please don't tell me it's like a resource. Yeah, okay. Cicadas, yeah, cicadas are like one of the most annoying things ever. Wait, I didn't want to save and quit. I just meant to hit save, my bad. Birthday in 2011 was 10 years ago. Kind of makes you sad. Times changed, you know? For the good and bad. Do I technically want to go back through here then? I think I want to go back through the harbor, right? Otherwise, it's the West Desert. Let's go to the harbor. God's plan. God's plan. Oh, my bad. The bond between this Link and Zelda was so strong it literally never died. That's actually a beautiful way to describe it. Is there anything I can help you with? If you find anything about Legend of Three Dragons, be sure to let me know. Can I not access it yet? That's the mines. Music? Yeah, this is some of the best music. The City and Sky Twilight Princess correlate to this game at all? Not sure what point in the game we're at. City and Sky, we're not exactly sure. Okay, so this is... Okay. Do we have to go to the Isle of Song first? We can't get it yet. I don't remember the specific order. What's over here? We need the two dragons first before we can get the shield. Okay. What's over here, though? Have I been here? I think I remember being here. Is this where the goddess cube is? No. Okay, shaky hands. Please don't do this to me right now. We haven't even seen the first dragon. Oh, wait. Wait, are you serious? Wait. Wait, what? Oh, so I was right. I could go through here. Oh my god, I am bad vision. All right. Do. I don't think I ever knew that there's that connecting canyon there. Where do I want to land is the question. Maybe over the... See if we can talk to Dad? Going to give this game a chance? You mean you told me you haven't played this game, Derek? Or, sorry, Derek. Brett. Hey, Pippet, what's up?
Yeah?
Hey, Link, how you doing? What's about this Triforce and my goddess? I don't really know anything about that. If you know about that kind of stuff, then you should ask one of the instructors. La, 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 la. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na.
Hey!
Hey, hello, Link. Have you heard anything more about my daughter? What is it? If you know anything at all, I urge you to share it with me. You want to tell me what you can't? I understand. I'm sure you have a good reason for keeping quiet. Link, I've been doing some thinking since we last spoke. You have had this destiny thrust upon you without warning, or choice, for that matter. But I wish to help you as best as I can. I'm getting older, and I lack the vigor of youth, but even old men have ways of being useful too. I wish to share as much of my knowledge with you as I can. If you have any questions, any question at all about Skyloft or its history, I will be glad to tell you all that I know. Actually, what do I know about the Triforce? Link, where did you hear that word? It's true that ancient texts make several mentions of the Triforce within their pages. Unfortunately, the actual location of the Triforce isn't illuminated in any of those tomes. Tomes? Tomes? How's that word? Its whereabouts are lost to history. Sorry, Link, it shames me to say, but my knowledge of this little use on this subject. My knowledge is of little use on this subject.
Hey!
Link, just a moment. Though there is one whose vast knowledge may be of use. Surely you're familiar with Levias, the great sky spirit who's guarded our realm for ages. Levias has served as the protector of our skies for a long time, and his knowledge of our world is encyclopedic, to put it mildly. If anyone in this entirety of Skyloft and beyond were to know about the Triforce, it would be him. Where is he? Yes, I fear that might be your next question. About that. I imagine in your travels, you've taken notice of the tremendous thunderhead that suddenly appeared in our skies. Recently, I've heard rumors suggesting that Levias is trapped inside that massive cloud. I asked Instructor Allen to look into this troubling cloud in order to determine if there's any truth to these rumors. I had meant to inquire about his findings earlier, but completely forgot about it after Zelda went missing. Instructor Allen can fill me in on the details later, so why don't you go speak with him yourself and see what this investigation has revealed. Would you ever think Zelda movie would be like Lord of the Rings? I think it would have to be. I think it would have to be like Lord of the Rings. Hey, well, how are you doing, bud? Link, how goes your search for Zelda? Have you found her yet? What? Levias? Oh, so you've been talking to the headmaster, I take it? If I'm correct, Levias is the one inside the Thunderhead, but that's not the Levias that we all know. That's a monster. It certainly looks like Levias, but last time I approached him, he came rushing at me, and his eyes, they were full of malice. People change, or old, wizened creatures change, rather. Perhaps it's more that he is possessed by something. What? You want to talk to Levias? That's impossible. I don't think Levias is capable of listening, not in his current state, no. And even if you were to get close enough to talk to him, it will likely end with you getting brushed aside and set flying to your death in a sea of clouds. What? You're still planning on going? I see. That's because you need to find Zelda. I understand. I get the feeling nothing I could say would talk you out of it. Hey, I have an idea. Come with me.
Hey!
Levias is inside the Thunderhead. He's been acting so strangely, like something has possessed him. If we can somehow free him from whatever it is that has a hold over him, then there's a chance he will return to his senses. Listen well, Link, because I'm about to teach you a very powerful bird riding technique. It's called the spiral charge. Using the spiral charge, you can rid Levias of the blight that has a hold of him. The blight! Did you see that? The blight that has a hold of him. The technique is quite easy to perform. All you have to do is press X. However, the acceleration effect lasts longer than any attack move you've used so far. Maintaining stable flight can be tricky. This is a technique that only senior Knight Academy students who have mastered high-level flight skills are allowed to perform. It's still a bit too early for you, but this is an extraordinary circumstance, so I'll make an exception this time. However, I will test you. First, dive off and call your bird. Okie dokie. Malice and blights, you guys. Listen up, Link. I taught your lock when you perform a spell charge and you press X. We're gonna break 10 of them. If you can destroy 10 targets in 120 seconds, I will recognize you as a skilled bird rider. All right, off you go. I missed because I am big dumb. Oh, I can't do it yet. Oopsie doodle. Ah, man, so close. I shouldn't have done that. Let's go back here. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm not up in the air enough. And then I'm like, oh, I'm fine. Oh, I'm sorry, birdie. Just close. Just barely. Yay. Oh, you managed to destroy 10 targets within the time limit. If you can control your bird that well, you'll have no problem at all. I knew you could do it, Link. And what a magnificent red bird. You are henceforth permitted to use the spiral charge attack as a qualified bird rider. The next thing we have to address is just how to go about finding Levias. Maybe the owner of the lumpy pumpkin might know something. Every year he makes an offering of his pumpkin soup for Levias. Go to the pumpkin and ask him what he knows. Oh man, the place I owe a debt. Oopsie doodle. The motion controls, huh? Interesting. I love them. I love the motion controls. My tears have crusted onto my face. It is quite a nice feeling. Not. I am going the right way. That's the lumpy pumpkin, right? Lumpy pumpkin. Lumpy Pumpkins are such a great band. Of course you'd make that statement. What's the matter? You look like you got something mighty serious on your mind. Actually? Levias, what about him? Sure, I know Levias well, but it wasn't anything wrong with him. Every year I offer him an entire basin full of my pumpkin soup. But lately, a huge thunderhead has been brewing there, and I haven't yet made this year's offer. And I tell you, I feel horrible about it. You say you'll deliver a pot of my soup to Levias? Huh. I don't know how you plan to fly that in a huge thunderhead brewing out there, but If that's the case, I'm gonna do everything I can to make Levias the best batch of soup ever. You wait right here. I'm getting inspired to fire some soup like I've never souped before. Voila! Here it is. Ah! Did you hear that? That was the cooking sound effect. I've been cooking this up for well over 10 years, and I have to say this is the best batch of pumpkin soup I've ever created. Master, I will signal for the robot. Miss Spy! Miss Spy, I'm here! Do it. Oh, this is another heavy load, but don't worry. I can carry anything. I'll be waiting outside. I can take you wherever you need to go as soon as you're ready. How does he know the dragon? Well, the dragon's like their guardian, so, you know. The place where our officer Levias is inside the Thunderhead Cloud on an island with an everlasting rainbow. Oh, I know, you know, we'll see it. Good luck. Who am I paying my debts to? Do I not have to pay debts anymore? Who am I paying my debts to? I owe someone something. So Miss Helen Levias, you know, Father used to deliver his pumpkin soup to Levias every year. Maybe you should talk to him? It's very well integrated if you don't spaz. I think most people spaz. Most people spaz. It's just, I think it's just like how coordinated some people are or are not. Yeah. Na, 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 na. Pumpkin soup. Oh boy, I love myself some pumpkin soup. What's the voice I used yesterday? I have to remember it sometime. Please tell me someone clipped that from yesterday. Oh, I am dumb. Why did I do that? La 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 la. Remember feeling of first time trying the motion controls every weekend was just waggle. The precision blew my mind. The only other game that was remotely consistent, sort of, I guess would be sort of Wii Sports, right? But like, let's take this because it's gonna help our time drastically. La 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 la. Love's there. I'm unloading this cargo of pumpkin soup here. You've picked an odd place for soup delivery. Feels dangerous. Something could jump out at NES from a moment hungry for soup. Or robot. I'm out of here. See you around. Here he comes. I just thought this was such a cool addition. Like, you think you've seen everything in the world and everything's established already, and then Levias gets introduced and you're like, hold up, there's more? Poor thing. I felt the same for Lineru's dragon in Breath of the Wild. going to stay here. Oh god. Let me recalibrate really quick. I'm coming, buddy. I'm sorry. It's probably in so much pain. Oh, birdie, I'm sorry. Ah! I just got hit by that tail. Oh, it's just too far. Oh god. No. Like, if that doesn't look like the Eye of Malice to you, come on, dude. Dude, his tail just comes in from out of frame and it's like terrifying. Don't hit him, don't hit him. Birdie, no. I'm gonna get hit. This moves so fast. No. God. It's so hard to judge his movements. Oh my goodness. I don't want to die to this. There's no way. God, his tail! All right, I'm gonna approach it from. I think he's gonna turn to the right here. No, he's going left. No. God dang it! I don't think that stopped enough. Hang back, birdie. Don't get hit by the tail. I don't know why I'm struggling with this one. No! You piece of crap. Oh my god. How did not hit that? Got this dude. Oh my god. My depth perception is so bad. This is messing with my mental sanity. Probably should heal before I die. Do I have fairies? I have fairies. We should be good, I think. Okay, hit. Hit. Why does it feel like it's getting further away every time I do this? Oh my god! How? I'm right here, my guy. How is it getting further away from me? I'm gonna scream. I'm going to scream. I can't. My bird's like, please, I'm so tired. No! I'm gonna get hit. Oh my god. That was too close. There's my fairy. We're good. I flat out, dude, don't understand what is wrong with my eyes. It looks like I'm literally gonna hit it. And then as soon as I dash, it gets further away. I don't get it. It's okay, at least the music's good. Scream now or forever hold an eviction notice. Don't hit him. Okay, now I get it. Like, God. Fight sucks. So, I mean, I think it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with it. Okay. Oh, I can't hit. Okay. I have to land on that part. I can't just land wherever. I don't have a problem with the fight. It's genuinely me. That's me not picking up on patterns. That's the game's fault. Can you leave? Ugly. 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 Oh, what? Gotta go again, huh? Okay. Can you get off my dragon, please? He's mine now. Get off my friend. Oh no. No, 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 don't fall. No, 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 I'm still on. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, buddy, wake up. Hey, 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 bud. Bud. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh God. Not the clouds. Battery. There he is. Never mind, we're all good. Tell me, boy, was it you who brought me this most delicious cauldron of pumpkin soup? I must apologize for my earlier behavior. Our most peculiar and irksome past possessed me. I was not myself. That business is done with now. The delicious aroma of that soup has restored me to my senses. I am the great spirit they call Levias. Before she passed from this world so long ago, the goddess Hylia appointed me as the warden of the skies. And what do they call you, boy? Ah, Link is it? A rather pleasing name, that? Your parents clearly have excellent taste in names. You can carry a curious sword, boy. And I sense a silent power dwelling with somewhere in that little frame. Oh, I see it now, Link. You are the goddess's chosen hero. How interesting. I assume you've come to hear what I know of the Triforce. Right. As I suspected. Listen closely and I will tell you. As you will likely know, long ago, an evil force attempted to take the Triforce for his own. The goddess did everything in her power to prevent it from falling into his hands. For the safety of all things, she hid the Triforce somewhere within the rock you call Skyloft. However, its location has been kept secret. Even I do not know where it rests now. Oh, but the goddess did entrust me with a hint as to the Triforce's location. My voice is already so bad. The clue is a song meant to be played on the harp you hold. It is known as the Song of the Hero. The song is the key to revealing the secret location of the Triforce. The goddess has split this song into 4 parts. She entrusted 1 part to me and the other 3 to the other dragons of the land. You must gather each of the parts of the song of the hero, seek out the dragons, convince them to teach you their parts. When they've taught you what they know, come to me and I will complete the song with my own voice. The dragons can be found in Foron Woods, Zelda Volcano, and Nehru Desert. Go then, find the dragons you now seek. Okie dokie. Dude, could you imagine how freaking cool this would be? Just like this massive dragon just like vibing. Like, hey bud, we're buds. Ah, the mustache! Almost died there, haha. I need to go to a chiropractor. We'll go to Foron first, since that's my least favorite one. Honestly, Foron Woods, like, people have an annoyance with Foron Woods at this part. I don't blame them. It's not my favorite one either. I don't think it's bad. I just don't like underwater levels. You know what I mean? Like, I can tolerate Ancient Cistern because it's very limited underwater. But Foron Woods, it's like, oh, what can we do to give them a water level? And not just a water level, like the water level. Like, you're not just in a water temple with walls and floors. Like, no, you're just in water. The report, Master. An unusual phenomenon is taking place in Foron Woods, making it impossible to descend directly into them at the moment. I wonder what it could be. Oh boy! We should probably go behind the temple. Descend? Yes. Hi, Holly. What's up? How you doing? Have you been playing Skyward Sword? We just had I just sobbed a couple minutes ago. Oh, can I not go? Oh, actually, I don't remember where I'm supposed to go. Do I go from the sealed grounds then? This is a weird ad break. Did I run an ad? I didn't run an ad. Did it run automatically for you? I didn't run one. You already replayed it, but you tend to? Oh, okay, cool. As long as the heroes complete the path, the Triforce will be illuminated, then take care and be on your way. Yeah, sure, Greenie, but I can't get into Foron Woods for some dang reason. Do, 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 do. Hey, Groosey. Link, bad news! The beast looks like it's about to break free again. Gotta get in position, hang tight. Is the 3rd one already? I don't remember this happening. I thought I still had, like, the dragons. No, I guess the 3rd time. Okay. Whoa! It looks like that seal is gonna give away any second. Oh, but no need to panic. You know what the Crusader can do, am I right? As long as I'm at the controls of this bombshell bee, I don't even know what the meaning of the word defeat. Flinging bombs on this monster's face, defending the land, it's my purpose, I think. It's why I'm here. Anyway, Link, I've got work to do. Try not to get in the way of my shots, okay? Is he gonna do it? Does he do it manually, or am I doing it now? Oh, oopsie, I got distracted. Oops, that's actually really not good. Hey, Krusty, what's up? How you doing, Krusty? Happy 2 months. Oh no! Oh no! He's got hands! Again! Ooh, big man. Ooh, big man's here. Big, scary, big man. Ooh, big man, the big boy man. Big boy man, he's the big boy man. Big boy man, he-man. Well, look who's finally back. Good thing, too. I was getting tired of waiting to put a hearting on this ugly mug. Like, let's do this. Our game plan is the same as last time. You know what to do. He walks so fast. I am smushed. I should probably... Oh, wrong one. Should probably call Groosey. Oh, what? No, 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 no! I didn't... Ah! That's really not good, actually. Oh, okay. I hated this one so much. So I have to be able to get in front of him somehow. It still hit me from there. Okay, there we go. Okay, don't accidentally hit it this time. Yes, thank you, Groose. Am I way back here? Oh my god, yeah, he goes really fast. Holy crap. Groose, dude, I appreciate... Oh my god, there's no way up here. I think he's gonna get away with this one, y'all. That's really unfortunate timing. He's gonna get back up. Oh my god. That's so unlucky. No, uplink. One more. Nope. Whoa! No, 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 no. This man's got a halo now. I was like, what the actual heck? Are you kidding me? Whoa! He says, we're gonna learn how to fly. It's headed straight for the temple. But there's no way I'm letting it get there. Big Ugly's going down burning. Can you not, bud? Yeah, that's right. Dude, it's like a flying cockroach. It's bad enough when it's on the ground, but the second it starts flying at you, that's when you're like, okay, I'm sorry. No. Is that it, man? I was gonna put more fight. Somebody should really thank the genius who made this machine. Okay, Link, time for you to show the big ugly guy who's boss. Say no more. It's a cockroach that tries to step on you in Soviet Russia. Cockroach steps on you. Oh no, not good. The road crumbled. I can't get the rest of my bomb stash. What do I do? Link, come up to the temple and make your way over here. Hustle up. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh my god, where's Groose at? Hold on. Where's Groose at? Is he over here? Oh my god. I don't remember this part. No, no, stop. Am I not supposed to do that? Link, we're in trouble. I can't get my stash of bombs. All right, Link, we've got no... Oh, yeah, I have to load into it. Oh, yeah, that's the cool part. We've got to step on the ugly thing's head. Quick, now. Nice, you're locked and loaded. Well, aim it and set you straight for the spike on its head. Listen, dude. I don't think I've ever gotten this close, actually. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I got this. I wanted to do a double strike, but honestly, I'm panicking now at this point. It's not really worth it. Because if I fail it because I'm trying to do a double, like for 2 hits, I'll just do 3 strikes. My bad. I panicked! Third time's the charm? Question mark? Maybe? Now, Link. Strike the ceiling spike with a Skyward strike and restore the seal quickly. Okie dokie. Say no more. What was one? Woo, I gotta say, Link, I thought we were goners this time. Sort of glad I was wrong about that. I'm gonna run ahead to the temple. You should get back there too. Make sure I'm on the right side of the temple this time. Is it this way? This way? Yes. Okay. Reminds you of the few shadows, how the Imprisoned dies. Yeah, a lot of the particles. The beast has been sealed into its prison for a third time. Link, Groose, you have both done well, but I fear we can't dwell on your success. The strength of the seal seems to wane with each escape. We're almost out of time, Link. Are you close to discovering the Triforce? Yes. I see. You must seek out the 3 dragons and complete the Song of the Hero to find the Triforce. It is right your search led you here. The Foreign Woods are close by. Unfortunately, there has been an unusual turn of events in the woods. I'm unsure what has happened, but a short while ago, I noticed the path to the woods was completely flooded. To protect the land here, I closed the gate leading to the woods and drove back the water with a simple seal. The seal will only hold as long as the gate remains closed, meaning you will not be able to open it without flooding these lands. Given the situation, I am at a loss as to how you can enter the woods. Is that all? Consider the problem solved. See, that last battle with Biggley got me thinking about other ways to use the Crusader. Just climb up into that boy, and I'll give you a lift over to the woods, all right? I'll run ahead and get her prepped for you. Come see me when you're ready to take a little flight. Oh my. The boy has made himself very useful, but he does have a tendency to cause trouble for those he helps. Safe journey. I wish you a soft landing, Link. Poor Link. He's always getting freaking launched through catapults and some stuff. Always getting launched through some catapults. Y'all, I'm thinking this is a good place to end part 10. Am I crazy in thinking so? I would like to think this is a good place to end part 10. When we come back with part 11, we'll have the 3 dragons. They'll be pretty pog. Yeah. If you're watching on VOD, we're gonna go ahead and end this now. But if you're watching on stream, we're not quite done yet. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Probably should actually save and quit. Wish I want to quit. Yes. Okay, so if you're watching on VOD, this is going to be our part 10 of our playthrough. I think it's actually pretty accurate for part 10 to be so emotional, if I do say so myself. I appreciate everyone who has been hanging out and watching live and or oh my goodness, why is my phone making so many noises? I got emotional. I really like this game. I appreciate you understanding and being here along for the journey with me, and I hope that we get to see you in a live stream sometime. And if you're watching live, again, thank you as always for watching and hanging out with us. It means the world. We're going to continue on the stream with part 11, but if you're watching after the fact, all you have to do is hit next. We'll see you in the next one, though. Thank you so much for being here and for participating in this awesome journey with me 10 years later. It's been pretty freaking wild. We'll see you in the next one. Stay awesome, stay beautiful, stay savage. Ta-ta for now. Goodbye.